Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece Chapter 932. Again, this particular chapter it came out a little earlier than I was expecting. So I don't know if something's going on at Shonen Jump where all the manga artists are releasing their chapters like a day early or something, or if this was, or they're going back, or if this was pretty much was basically always or this was basically always the same, or they're going back to I guess the regular schedule, and what they did before was just like some kind of holiday thing. I don't know, but yeah, it's weird to be reviewing. It's weird reviewing. It's weird that I'm reviewing One Piece on Wednesdays again. So yeah. But having said that, like I said, I'm here, so I may as well bring it to you. Like I said, One Piece chapter 932. So right out of the gate, I gotta talk about the tone of this chapter because this is actually one of those chapters where up until the point where Orochi went absolutely ballistic. A lot of this chapter, it felt very subtle and intimate in the sense where basically a lot of this chapter it pretty much felt like something out of 007, whereas basically two spies that were trying to gather information, but by pretty much listening in on the people around them. And in the two spies, in the case of the two spies, we're talking about from Robin and Komurasaki, as there were several times throughout the chapter they could clearly see how intently that both of them were paying attention to the conversations that the others were having, and yeah, and of course going completely and going along with that spy theme as well. We pretty much learned that pretty much Komurasaki. And I guess this was actually something that was a little obvious after a while. But Komurasaki is basically the woman. Is the woman that we saw before, who's the woman you saw before, who's sneaking around and wearing the fox mask. Like Komurasaki is the woman in the fox mask. So yeah, it's with this reveal, of course, it reveals that Komurasaki, of course, has basically has pretty much is definitely planning something, but whatever it is, we of course still don't have an entire clue on that. However, we still don't know what her plan is, but with the reveal. With the reveal in this chapter, that I think that has given us a little bit of an idea. Getting into Komurasaki, I gotta talk about her little confession at the end of the chapter, because Komurasaki basically reveals that she is in fact the daughter of a samurai, and see, here's okay, like for me in terms of and the biggest thing for me, the biggest thing I can glean from Komurasaki's confession about her being the daughter of a samurai, this kind of complicates a lot of my previous theory, my previous theory a little bit about her pretty much being it was basically Hiyori, who's basically Momo's little sister, but okay. For basically argument's sake, let's just say that Komurasaki being pretty much the older version of Hiyori is still on the table. Keeping that in mind, this could be a situation where Hiyori has got her own little plan that also involves pretty much looking that is also trying to find her father's vassals, and she's hiding behind the semi lie of being the daughter of a samurai. And the reason why I call it a semi lie is because Odin, I think we can all say that Odin, even though he was like that Odin was still technically was definitely a samurai, even though he was definitely a samurai for sure. So yeah, it's a semi lie in that sense, but I guess already that you could chalk that up as possibility number one, that Komurasaki, or that Hiyori as Komurasaki trying to find information on her father's vassals and if any of them are still alive. That's pretty much possibility. That's the first possibility that I've managed to glean from just this little confession alone. The other the other thing is that she's telling the absolute truth, which is gonna throw out the whole thing of Komurasaki pretty much being Hiyori in favor of it, which is going to throw out the whole thing of Komurasaki pretty much being Hiyori in favor of being the daughter of one of the Red Scabbards who's trying to get revenge for her father's death. Or going back to, or it could play off what the previous theory in a way of her almost trying to find of her having found some information that if Komurasaki is the daughter of one of the Red Scabbards, then it could be that she also probably heard something about the possibility of her father being alive, and she keeps coming back to the palace in order to find any kind of information of possibility of finding her father or something like that. With this new information revealed, there's just a whole lot of scenarios that of what can happen with this whole thing. Honestly, and like I said, either one of these possibilities, I'm confident that either one of these possibilities is either one of these possibilities is pretty much plausible at this point. But the thing for me is until we get further clarification, I'm not entirely ready in order to give yet on the possibility of Komurasaki pretty much being Hiyori yet. Like, I'm still kind of holding on to that one, but like I said, anything is possible at this point, and what I just brought up are a couple scenarios of where this could go. But of course, but the biggest thing that we can leave with again is the fact that Komurasaki is the woman in the fox mask, and that she is and that she did whatever her plan is. Whatever her plan is, Komurasaki is definitely going about it in much the same way that Robin is, which is very covertly for sure. One thing I also thought about while reading this chapter is that a lot of what makes Orochi powerful isn't necessarily his devil fruit, but rather the connections he's made. Like with Orochi, he's willingly embraced any and all methods in order to in order to replace Odin. He openly and willingly embraced any and all methods in order to usurp Odin's power, whereas Odin pretty much closed both himself, his family, and Wano off from the rest of the world. So it's ironic how doing what he did in order to protect Wano is what caused the current situation now. And yeah, it's just a little bit of an interesting commentary on how closing yourself off is gonna end up backfiring on how the whole ideal of closing yourself off from the rest of the world is going to backfire on you big time if you do that. But even knowing that, even knowing of what Orochi did was probably in a way the better idea, at least in terms of usurping Odin's power. I think that the other thing about learning of Orochi's methods, however, is that it also blatantly revealed Orochi's biggest weakness, which can be exploited, and it's simply that if you separate Orochi from all these powerful allies and elements, then Orochi himself isn't really all that powerful. Again, I mean, Orochi has his devil fruit power or whatever it is that pretty much causes him in order to turn into that Hydra monster. but Orochi, but if you can just kind of, if you can provoke Orochi if you can separate Orochi from all these elements and provoke him, then then of course Orochi himself, he basically clearly he pretty much clearly has weaknesses in that particular state. Like anything, like if any other time he definitely he of course is definitely protected, but if you separate him from all these elements, then he's kind of clearly he's vulnerable for sure. Also, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like Oda it feels like Oda just keeps saving Robin from one thing, only to plunge her right back into something that's pretty much just as worse. Because Robin escaped from basically because in this chapter Robin escaped from basically from Orochi's squad in exactly the way I knew he would. But now we basically got a setup where it looks like that looks like Kyoshikoro is about to cut both her and is about to cut her down. So yeah, it's like, Oda, after this, I want you to give Robin a break, please. Like, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Mr. Crunchyroll. Death Knight and me, signing off. Later, guys.